Hello and welcome on behalf of myself, Reg Coates, and Stein Worldwide. This is a very informal and unrehearsed video, so just bear with me. Firstly, I'd like to say thanks to everyone who attended and visited our booth at the most recent APF forestry show in Alcester, UK. Thanks for dropping by, sincerely. It was much appreciated and good to catch up with people. So yeah, the reason for this video and the reason why I was in attendance at the show, the forestry show, is to introduce you to our latest venture, which is an updated version of an existing product that we have, the Stein 3001, which has proved ever popular as a robust and uncomplicated lowering device. As you can see, the new model, which will be called the RCW 3001, as opposed to the original, which was RC 3001. So the W in the middle of the identification number, which isn't on here because I don't have a sticker, is the difference between the two devices. So it's basically the same as the original, the same strap attachment, same safety choker attachment at the bottom for backup. The Bollard is the same size, still has the same 4 fair leads, or points of deflection, if that's what you want to call them. Same lifting eye, and as I said before, it's a very difficult one to get confused by. While nothing is foolproof, this one is perhaps as good as they come in that respect. So, notice though how we have this added attachment point here in between the main body and the lifting eye. Essentially it looks just like a piece of box section. I mean, it actually isn't, but we can call it that just for the sake of the demonstration. So this actually facilitates the inclusion of this 1,500-pound winch. So this is this winch is an industrial winch built by a very reputable company in the US called Dalton Lawson. They've been making winches for many years and have a great reputation. So that's the reason why we decided to go with this particular company. So notice that the winch does not impede the rigging line at all. Whether the line is under tension or it's slack, it runs true without being deflected in any way. And the winch can be removed or installed at any time just by pulling that pin and slipping it out. So the methodology behind the winch is really simple and is similar to that of incorporating a fiddle block or similar, whereby I should put a hard hat on at this point. So you simply pull out as much line as you're going to need, usually an arm's length. Add the friction hitch. And then crank the lever. Notice too how I'm tending the slack with my free hand. Although it is a brake winch, so I can let go and it's not suddenly going to go into reverse and, you know, the load's going to come crashing down. But at the same time, common sense would suggest, and certainly we would stipulate, that you always tend the slack either with your free hand or with the second person as you crank the lever. So when you run out of line, just take an extra couple of wraps, tie the line off, put the winch in reverse and pull some more line out. And then away you go again. So notice too that although this is a 1,500-pound winch, which is I would say more than adequate to lift and lower you know, limbs and branches and logs within your everyday tree removal situation, tree rigging situation. We've chosen this 1,500 pound as opposed to a higher capacity winch because of the progress it makes. It's not kind of inefficient, but you know, when I say inefficient, I mean you're not winding forever and nothing is happening, you know. You can actually see your progress evidently. So when you're ready to lower at this point, you just tie off the rigging line again. I'll get a second person to hold it. Reverse the winch and remove the friction hitch. At which point you can then lower the limb at your leisure. If the situation did present itself where you needed more than the 1,500 pound of pull, you could set up a 2-to-1 by utilising the lifting eye, additional pulley and carabiner to produce up to 3,000 pounds worth of pulling or lifting power. So the reason why we chose to go with an independent kind of add-on winch as opposed to going down the road of an all-inclusive sailing winch is two reasons. The first is to avoid the potential damage and liability of producing and selling an intricately geared winch for tree work. it's not really a road that we want to go down, because, you know, ultimately we want this bollard to take the brunt of the abuse, so to speak, and not a geared sailing winch. Second reason is there's huge cost savings involved in using this style of winch with an independent line to actually drag down the main rigging line. Now this is just speculation, you know, it's nothing official, it's just kind of some figures that I've done up, and I suspect that this whole system which includes the winch, bollard, the ratchet strap, not the choker at the bottom, but everything else that you can see, I would suggest that it's going to retail round about the £700 mark, which roughly equates to $1,100 or $1,150, somewhere around that region. So compared to the competition, well, I shouldn't say competition, compared to the other options out there of tree rigging winches, there's quite a significant reduction in cost, I would say. I mean, they're unofficial figures. You know, it's not really my department, but it's kind of a rough estimate. I just wanted to say something for the video, really. So that just about covers everything, I would say, the basics at least. And, you know, with all that in mind, rest assured that I've been using not this particular model, but a previous prototype that I made, and you know, I've used it with, you know, at least a dozen different operators, and you know, basically I give them a quick demo and then leave it with them and just watch and see how they make out with it. And I'm pleased to say that, you know, at no point has anybody, you know, come into or ran into difficulties that gave me cause for concern. So it's a, you know, it's a relief to me, and I'm confident that it's going to serve anybody well who decides to invest, make a purchase, whatever. So yeah. The other thing I should mention is the up-and-coming TCIA Expo in Hartford, Connecticut. We shall be in attendance. That's myself with Stein USA. You know, we'd be more than happy to talk about it then with any interested parties. You know, just I think our booth will be easy to find, so by all means drop by and have a look, and you know, all feedback and opinions are welcome. So yeah, that's it. Like I say, again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned to YouTube, Stein Worldwide, my channel obviously, and the websites of the many Stein dealers now around the world. We're perhaps looking at the end of the year before they're available to purchase, maybe early 2015. It just all depends on the numbers, really. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.